Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and we are live in Los Angeles with Dr. Kim Chronister. She is a clinical psychologist, and she's really helping us maintain a positive mindset here in LaLa Land. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, I just have to say you guys are all in red.
Right?
This is working, so love is in the air.
Fire.
Right?
Yes.
Group mind. But I really want to dive right into the conversation of really having a powerful mindset to manifest the reality that you want here in Hollywood.
That's right. I think we need to learn from athletes, really mental toughness, which is based on research, resilience, and quitting is not an option if you really want to go for your dreams.
But comparison here is a real struggle for so many people, especially in the age of social media.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, it can be the thief of joy. And we know that based on research, we know that envy spikes, depressed mood is going on when you're actually comparing yourself to others in a maladaptive way. So what you really want to do is compare yourself in a more positive, adaptive way by getting inspiration. Really take note of what you're jealous of and reframe that to what you admire about someone.
But I think this is important because I think Hollywood and the world is beginning to have this conversation. We know mental health is a big issue. And I mean, you've been a commentator on NBC, Access Hollywood, stuff on Bravo TV and all this stuff. So why do you think, how do you think people can apply? Because we say tabloids and things like that. Yeah. But I've always thought it'd be so cool if you actually just actually had the conversation, the conscious conversation, the psychology conversation. How are you bringing that into Hollywood?
I'm bringing it in the real way because what I do is I treat actors and athletes and musicians. So what are we doing behind the scenes? We're actually talking about a numbers game. So applying business, sales techniques to acting. So if you're going to have to go on a bunch of auditions, go with the 110-3 rule. So that's 100 auditions, let's say. That's going to get you 10 possibilities and then 3 landings. So if you're thinking about a numbers game, that's huge. You're going to actually feel more confident. Like you don't have to feel defeated every time you go into that audition.
Oh, I love that. Because every no leads to a yes.
That's right. And that's how athletes think of losses too, because they're going to have way more losses than wins, and we know that.
But in this lost state, and you feel like nobody's cheering you on, how do you deal with that?
Okay, so people are not necessarily going to always root for you. In fact, it's the opposite a lot of times. A lot of times successful people will seek that external validation. So they want everyone to applaud for them. They want the 1,000 likes. They want external validation.
Yeah.
Yes, but we have to just have a couple of people waiting for us at the finish line. That's it. Once you get secure about a couple of really close friends, family members at the finish line, you're good. So think about that. I need a couple of people applauding me at the finish line. I don't need the whole world. In fact, it's the opposite. And you have to get comfortable with the fact that some people are going to be uncomfortable with your success.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's so true.
I'm so interested to hear your perspective. These days we've got a lot of incredible athletes, as we always have had.
Right.
And, they're really great at winning championships, scoring a lot of points, but they have a lot of trouble soothing themselves outside of the arena, outside of the stadium, and they have a lot of trouble just being happy and finding peace and joy in their day-to-day lives. How do you help someone like that?
It's funny that you say that. I actually treated an NHL player one time that was approaching retirement. And what happened was he lost his sense of self and he decided he wanted to open up a nonprofit. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to reinforce that because now you have a stronger sense of self. You really lose your identity when you go outside of the dream. You have to create another dream. But successful people, overachievers, typically they need stimulation, so they continue going for other dreams. That's what they do well.
But isn't that kind of a vicious cycle? It's like you're just looking for the next thing that's a new identity that's I guess it's good in some ways. We want to build up a healthy ego that is, fulfilling, but at the same time, how do you have them just get to that source within?
I'm glad you said that. So research shows that contentment really stems from, and I know you're an expert in this, but meaning and purpose, activity, and connection are really big pillars. So take inventory of how much you're connecting with people authentically. Take inventory of the meaning and purpose, and take inventory of how much activity you're engaged in, hobbies, sports, etc.
Fantastic. What led you to this field?
I was an athlete when I was little, and I think I rediscovered myself in my bachelor's program, and then I went into the entertainment industry and decided that's really great. I want to kind of merge that, but I wanted to be able to help people. So I kind of pivoted and decided I wanted to merge the two.
It's all about high performance right now. It's like the whole key to everything.
We all want to
be, we all want to be like the most enlightened and also,
especially in LA.
I know, it's like all of it. Yeah.
It's a blessing to be able to work around so many people that have so many dreams and are really overachieving. I think it's a big misconception that I think people don't understand how hardworking actors are, musicians are, entertainers are. Broadcasters are. They're such overachievers, and it's hard for them because they struggle with perfectionism. All or nothing. If I'm not winning, if I'm not on top, who am I? So they have to have layers of passions and meaning and purpose, and that solid base, basically, of connection, meaning and purpose and activity.
That's so key. So tell everyone how they can work with you.
Well, they can work I actually work right around the corner. So I'm a clinical psychologist in Beverly Hills in West LA, and they can work with me. I really love to help motivate people and use these sports psychology tips to help people get motivated for their dreams. So I'm a psychologist, obviously, dual diagnosis and eating disorders, everything. Run the gamut as far as health psychology goes. So they can find me at Dr. Kim Chronister.
Oh, thank you so much,
Thank you
Dr.
so
Kim.
much.
Yes, thank
Stay
you
tuned.
so
We'll be
much.
back with more on Good Morning La La Land.